So Kenya Moore just dropped the latest production of Life Twirls On, and comparing the classiness of Kenya's new show with the latest Real Housewives of Atlanta episode really depicts just how far the franchise has sunk. Because watching the housewives twerk and shimmy their barely clothed bodies through the episode, all in an effort to keep viewers watching, was just given desperation.
Oh my goodness. All I can say is thank you, Kenya Moore, for giving us something else to watch instead. Because I tell you, that's all that you saw in this latest episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was enough that our little monkey was looking at these women like, what the hell is going on? We were looking at it like, what is this?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you all are acting like I don't know what to tell you.
Man.
You are not acting with class. You're not acting with excellence. This is not what this show is about. So Thank you, Kenya, with your latest episode of Excellence, girl. And y'all, she told us some things that we had already surmised concerning Porsha. She said now, way back when she used to actually talk to Shamea.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya did talk to Shamea, and there were some things about her getting on the show.
Right, they had offered her a peach before, and she refused, but she's been almost consistently a friend of the show for several seasons. And that's when Kenya was able to overhear a few conversations between Porsha and Shamea.
Exactly. Because look, I believe that the reason that Shamea kept refusing all that time is the way in which she was getting some sort of vibe from Porsha.
Yeah.
Because it's as if she said, which is what Kenya said also, she said it's as if Porsha was like, girl, why you got to be over here on mine?
Mm-hmm.
This can't you just let me have this? And y'all, that is exactly what we had said.
Yeah.
We had said that Porsha was acting like, why you got to be over here? This man, this belongs to me. You got a whole rich husband and a family. Why you got? And I believe that was part of the reason Shamea said no all that time, because she was feeling that vibe from Porsha.
Yep.
And I was glad to get this episode, because with the way those ladies were acting on this last episode, I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was crazy. And part of that, Kenya was saying that what she heard Porsha asking Shamea somewhere along the lines of, do you need the money? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you here? What's going on? Can't she have this on her own? And it was just giving jealousy.
Exactly.
And it was something that we talked about, like you said before, in one of our previous videos. There's just this type of feeling that Porsha has, and it came out in this season with Shamea finally having a peach, that it's like, this is my thing, get your own thing. And it's very interesting how those vibes seem to carry over with what's going on between Britt and Kelly, which we really don't care about, but just making the point of that transference. Because Britt and Kelly, initially, they were thick as thieves, right?
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, just over some petty stuff. So obviously there's a deeper underlying issue, but over some petty stuff about, oh, don't use my stylist, even though I offered you my stylist to use, now don't use them too much and all that. It's like, okay, we know it's something more than that, and Britt's personality leaves a whole lot to be desired.
Right.
But it's very interesting how that kind of jealousy, that spirit that
Porsha from Porsha
was acting and operating in with Shamea, not giving anything to the scenes that they were having together, just looking at, oh, Shamea, don't do this, all that. It basically went and leaped to what was happening between Kelly and Britt. And Porsha
exactly
even said it herself during the episode when they started talking about it.
She was the one that called it out.
Yeah, they were talking.
One to know one.
Exactly.
She called it out. Porsha called it out. It takes one to know one, because when she even called that out in that scene that there was jealousy, I'm looking at her, I'm like, you talking about somebody being jealous? And then I thought, I'm saying, oh, well, you would know, because you know you felt that jealousy toward Shamea.
Yeah.
Okay, and it now being confirmed.
And Kenya and Nene and Candy. Yes. All of them.
So that's why this whole thing is like, it was jealousy, because I'm like, look, Kelly offered the girl her glam squad. Okay? She didn't have to do that. But at the same time, it's like, no, Britt, how long do you need her glam squad? Does she want you to do something else for her?
Right.
She offered her the glam. I don't think it was any jealousy there on Kelly's part.
No.
Because she offered that girl that. Okay, now, the jealousy I saw, of course, in Britt, because she has so many ways about her.
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah. She let you use them for a time. When are you going to give them back? So for you to be all upset about this girl taking her glam squad back, you jealous that this girl even got a glam squad that she can offer to you. That's where the jealousy was. Kelly had no reason to be jealous of Britt.
And it's crazy because in that little conversation they had, Britt just flipped the subject from, they were talking about the donation thing and how Kelly didn't support her in that dinner.
Yeah.
And then Britt just completely flipped the subject, talking about, you can just come as you are. You don't need all that. You don't need the glamour and the stylist and the hair and the makeup. Just show up as yourself, Kelly. That's all. That's good enough.
See?
And it's like, well, girl, if she don't need all that, then why do you need all that? If that's the thing. But she's telling her, okay, she don't need a glam squad.
But she got her glam squad.
She got a glam squad.
Okay.
And you wanted to use her glam squad. So now why are you saying she doesn't need a glam squad?
This is what I'm saying, girl. Get out of here with the mess.
Make any sense.
And that's why, I mean, Kenya's episode 2 was so wonderful, because it gave us something excellent to look at after watching that debauchery in that last episode.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you out here doing all this? Come on.
The way they were acting with those men and Grenada, it was just, it showed what they think of themselves.
Oh,
that type of low kind of self-esteem, that low vibration. Grinding on them. Phaedra let one of them pick her up from... pick her up, hump on her on a table, and she's talking about, I'm a Christian, like that, while he's doing all that. And it's like,
it was just,
ladies, come on. Shamea down there married, everything out. She had on one of the bikinis where the under boob was showing.
I saw that.
And she's doing splits and twerking on the ground, wearing one of these man's horn hats and everything.
Come on, ladies. That's not what this show is.
Exactly. And it touched on something that Kenya was talking about in her episode, where she says, ladies, you are the prize. And the behavior that the women on Housewives was given, it's like they don't believe that. It doesn't matter how they talk about how beautiful they are, or, that they're so in love with their bodies and this is great, and they walk around putting on all these airs. The problem, and their actions show you, they do not really believe that they are the prize. They're running around after these men, trying to snatch this man from that woman, and trying to, entice this man with a twerk in his face or something like that. And just, it's like, come on, ladies, you are the prize, exactly as Kenya was talking about.
Some of them are. Okay? Some of them are. And it goes to what you said. They don't believe it.
They don't believe it.
And so that's why, we know the women that are the prize, and that's why this episode Kenya did was so on time with the prize, the ladies being the prize. but you have to believe that you are the prize.
Right.
You know, and Kenya was talking about that in regards to that she chose divorce because she chose herself.
Right.
She chose herself because she knows that she is the prize.
Right.
And baby, she is the prize. I'm telling you, going with the fabulous, I'm going with the fabulous. Kenya Moore, hair care, the excellence. She is the prize. And see, that's the difference. Kenya knows that she is the prize.
Right.
And she said such a wonderful thing saying, ladies, you are the prize. But see, if the ladies don't know that, then they're not themselves. Because I'm telling you, I just can't even say it enough with what was going on in this latest episode. That is not showing that you are a prize or that you respect yourself. And no, don't come in here talking about, oh, they was just having fun. No, there's an extent to having fun that will carry over into your
ladylike behavior, classiness. You're not degrading yourself.
Come on now, there are ways to have fun.
Exactly. And the fact that the women, some of them don't act like or don't recognize that they are the prize, it really comes through in Porsha's behavior. If you think about how she went after Simon, like he was the prize.
Yes.
But get this. So in real time, what's going on right now, we all know, we found out that Porsha and Simon, they had the final divorce hearing. And some of the information that came out that was very interesting is what Porsha was making on Real Housewives when she first went after Simon like he was the prize. She was making anywhere from $1.6 million to $2 million per year, per season, with Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
When she went after Simon like that, Simon started giving her $30,000 a month. Now, when I do the math, $30,000 a month times 12 months is only $360,000 a year. She quit her $1.6 million a year salary to get $360,000 a year, or then when they got married, it was $40,000 a month, so $480,000 a year. She quit $2 million to get $480,000 because she thought that man was the prize.
That was a very good point. Exactly. That's why you know these women have got to know that they're the prize, because to act like that, now somebody is either telling the truth or lying, because if she got that amount of money and we did the math on that, girl, why are you going after another woman's husband thinking that he is the prize?
Yeah. And
then this is what it culminates in.
Right. She thought the perks that he brought were going to, I guess, outweigh the rest of it.
Girl.
But it didn't. Because there's nobody in the world that believes that Porsha had no idea of Simon's past. There's nobody that believes that.
No one.
So now, all of a sudden, that information comes out in 2024, and she's just, oh my gosh, it's too much. She has to divorce him. No, it was something else that was going on in that marriage, or what she thought that she could withstand, or what she thought it was going to be, turned out to be something completely different, because she got out of there at the slightest pretext of something. She got the heck up out of there and allegedly tried to have him sent back to where he came from.
Well, this is what the talk is saying, that allegedly that's what happened. I don't know that to be so. All I know is that all of a sudden we look and Porsha is ready to be out of that marriage.
Exactly.
That's what I do know. I don't know what part she had to play in that man being out of here.
Right.
Okay.
But it just goes to show that's what happens when they don't recognize that they are the prize. And that's what we said earlier. And we are so happy to make the contrasting views between what is excellence on the Kenya Moore show and what they are portraying on this Rhoa episode. And that ain't it. Nope.
That's it. That's all.
All right, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.